What's up, everyone? This is Roots of Black once again bringing you the Septuagint. It is officially cheat code time. Like if I was super editing this stuff, I would have a little thing that says up, down, A, B, up, down, left, right, A, B, start. That's what I would say whenever, King David stuff pops up. I would do that. But sadly, I'm not super editing anything because I don't even have time to do that and not even going to think about that. But that's what will pop up. So just imagine when I say cheat code time that pops up. So remember, this is the study guide here that the family have been doing. We're just pulling out stuff randomly from this book here. I mean, from the accordion folder that's about that book, that's Septuagint that you see right there on your screen. All right, so we're going to go to Moon plus Reader Pro. Remember, you should have it. It's easy. You can, like I say, you can put notes there. Death of the King. You can put all of this here. Just like I found one of the other prophets that died. I forgot I found this. It is in Chronicles too, because Chronicles tell a lot. See if I can find it before. There it is, right here. Killed the prophet. So they killed Azarias. They killed him. They killed the prophet. So this is another prophet that they killed. That the Messiah was a prophet. Azanias was a prophet that they killed. One of the Zephaniah, or I think that's how his name was, because not it's many. Of course, they got many names that are the same, but he was killed. Between the altar, that right there, and so that's three that we know of so far that were killed by their own people. Three of them. Well, we know there's more, but we know there's at least three. So, and remember, it said the bloods of the prophets are going to require review. So they killed them, and usually they stoned them to death. I just want you to know that. So yeah, they're actually killing the servants of the Most High. I mean, I really need you to think about that for a second. But yeah, we're gonna go to. Whoa, this one's all the way down. It's probably easier to go to Proverbs and go this way. Oops, did not mean to blow it up, make it big. All right, and let's make sure this one is correct here, because remember they be different when you. Yep, this is the one here, and you can see this is one of the bigger verses of Mr. Cheat Code. All right, it is cheat code time, officially cheat code time. This is Psalms 106. Hallelujah. It didn't say that, but remember it. All right, I was about to say something. All right, so hallelujah, right there. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is. For his mercy endures forever. King David cheating for you once again. Let them say so who have been redeemed by the Lord. Okay, so we're gonna click on this here, and we're just gonna highlight this. Not gonna. I don't need notes for this. You're gonna highlight redeemed, because I keep telling you in the videos that you have to be redeemed by the Lord, by the Most High Himself. So what are you going to do to make sure that you're redeemed? I'm telling you this now. It says, whom he has redeemed from the hands of the enemy. All right, so this has to be highlighted here. Note, redeem from your enemy. Okay, so you have to be redeemed from your enemy. Need you to see this for yourself, and that you are amongst your enemy, right? So you have to be redeemed from your enemy. That means you're amongst your enemy. Because redeem, you know what redeem means, right? Amongst your enemy. Okay, so and gather them out of the countries from the east, the west, the north, and the south. Okay, so who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Okay, we're gonna do a note, and we're gonna put who is this right there. So you see it. Say who is this right there in your face. So say it. Who is this? Bam. They wandered in the wilderness in a dry land, valley of the dry land. Who is that? They found no way to a city of habitation. So that means that whichever way we go in this place, there is a no safe spot. No safe spot. This is King David giving you super duper prophet cheat code. So note, no safe place. There is no safe place. Hunger and thirst, their souls fainted in them. Then they cried to the Lord in their affliction and delivered them out of the hands of their distress. And he guided them into a straight path that they might go to a city of habitation. All right. Let them acknowledge the Lord his mercies. Are you doing that? And his wonderful works to the children of men. This is what I'm doing right now. For he satisfies the empty soul and fills the hungry soul with good things. Chico David. Even them that sit in darkness and the shadow of death, fetters in poverty and iron. Valley of the shadow of death. We already understand this. Because they rebelled against the words of the Most High. Right there. And they provoked the counsel of the Most High. So it says the words of God and the counsel of the Most High. You know those two different people, right? All right, let's go here. Gonna note two different people. We're not gonna get into who they are yet. You're not ready for that. So their heart was brought low with troubles, and they were weak, and there was no helper. You have no helper. The Most High is your only helper, and then the Messiah next. After you do what you're supposed to do, you have no helper. Okay, that's we could just gonna highlight this. You don't need to highlight right there. Then they cried to the Lord in their affliction, and He saved them out of distress, and they brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death, and broke their bonds asunder. So once again, the valley of the shadow of death. We've always going to see this. Okay. All right. Oopsie. So I'm gonna go back here, and we're going to just highlight that with the shadow of death once again. Let them acknowledge to the Lord his mercies and his wonders to the children of men. For he broke the pieces of the brazen gates and crushed the iron bars. Um, not you ask the Most High for what that means. He helped them out of the way of their iniquities. Remember what iniquities that Babylon has brought in Zechariah 5. For they were brought low because of their iniquities. So that's what she did, and then now everybody has those. Their soul, abhorred all meat. They drew nigh to the gates of death. Then they cried to the Lord in their afflictions, and He saved them out of their distress. He sent His word and healed them and delivered them out of destruction. Oops, highlight right there. Some of you might know why I highlighted that. Let them acknowledge to the Lord his mercies and his wonderful works to the children of men, and let them offer to him sacrifices of praise and proclaim his works of exaltation. Okay, so right now it says sacrifice of praise. It didn't say sacrifice offering, so sacrifice of praise, because everything's a sacrifice. Like me right now, I'm sacrificing my time for you. So that's what you're doing in the praise of him. You're sacrificing yourself for Chico, that Paul's Chico time. David is teaching you that when you give praise to the Lord, you're sacrificing yourself because you're praising someone other than you and this and that. So you're humbling yourself. Chico. Okay. They that go down into the sea in ships. Okay. They that go down to the sea in ships, doing business in many waters, these men have seen the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. So that we're gonna click on this here. We're gonna click on note. We're gonna click on deep because we need to do this. So deep right there. He speaks and the storm winds arise and the waters and the waves are lifted up. They go up to the heavens and go down to the depths. That's his word. And his soul melts because of trouble. They are troubled. They stagger as a drunkard, and all their wisdom is swallowed up. So when it doesn't matter how good you are on the sea, When that storm comes, you nothing. And it says, they that cry to the Lord in their affliction, he brings them out of distress. So he's telling you, like, that's what happens. And he commands the storm, and it calms into a gentle breeze. And its waves are still, and they are glad because they are quiet. And he guided them to their desired haven. This is also a parable. David speaks in parables too. So just understand that. Let them acknowledge the Lord, his mercies, and his wonderful works to the children of men. So this is what I'm doing right now. Let them exalt him in the congregation of people and praise him in the seat of elders. That's what I do. That's what I'm doing. I don't care about the elders' feelings and this and that. I'm going to tell the truth. You need to do the same. He turns rivers into a desert and streams of water into dry land. We've seen that happen many times. A fruitful land into saltness. So little do you know, one of the reasons why Africans can't grow food is because uh, the Gentiles salted the earth. Okay, so now you understand that there. For the wickedness of them that dwell in it, he turns a wilderness into pools of water and dry land into streams of water. We already seen small sections of understanding of what is the wilderness and what it's going to do to it. Note the new garden of Eden. Okay. And there he causes the hungry to dwell, and they establish for themselves a city of a habitation. So what was that? What verse that we looked at when we were talking about the habitation? Chronicles. Was it Chronicles? I don't remember, but there's a ton of them talking about the habitation. You should get this down. And of course, it talks about it up here, but the verses are everything's a tie-in. Remember that. And they sow fields and plant vineyards, and they yield fruit of increase. And he blessed them, and they multiplied exceedingly, and he diminished not the numbers of their cattle. So, they're in paradise. Again, they become few and are brought low by the pressures of evil and pain. So, like, no matter what he does, no matter what he does, this is what human beings always do. And this is the seed and the sower. So, we're going to just going to type this down. Seed and the sower. All of this ties in. That's why you must read this to understand what the Messiah is speaking about. Contempt is poured upon their princes, and he causes them to wander in the desert and trackless land, but he helps the poor out of poverty and makes him families as a flock. He probably says makes him families as a flock, right? I don't know, say his families as a flock, but we're gonna say him. And upright shall see and rejoice, and all the iniquity shall stop her mouth. All the iniquity shall stop her mouth. Who is wise and will observe these things and understood the mercies of the Lord? So that's what he's saying. Out of the poor make the families flock, and the upright shall see and rejoice, and all iniquity shall stop out of her mouth. Basically, is what it's saying. So you just went over one of the bigger verses. Let's see here. Yep. See how small these are. That was little. That was a little bigger. That was little. See, this is one of the bigger verses here. See how big it is. This is one of the biggest. I mean, chapters. Stupid Christianity. This is one of the biggest. Yeah. The spell's still upon me. I'm trying to break it, but it's hard. I've been taught that and heard that since I was in the womb. So yeah, good luck breaking that one there. But I'm trying still. So you see that the chapter, this is one of the biggest chapters in the book, and it's showing you about the mercies of the Lord and telling you to proclaim them and let them know in the heart, in the mix of men, the mercies of the Lord, that he's ever merciful. And I always talk about that, and his wonders and the things that he have done and wrought. I mean, the fact that the earth is what it is and the sun, the stars, the moon, and everything else. That's all his wonders and all his work. So, you proclaim it. I mean, this is what I'm doing by the fact that I'm making these videos. I'm doing everything that he says. So I'm just telling you this is cheat code. David is the ultimate cheat code. And he's telling you what you should do in order to so you can be a part of the 33%. When you're bored, when you use that word, because I'm never bored. There's no such thing as that. But when you say you're bored and you don't need nothing to do, or you don't feel like watching TV anymore, or whatever, or you're walking, or you're jogging, you're exercising, play Psalms in your ear. You don't need any music. You don't need any music. Play Psalms in your ear. This is the manna from heaven. Hallelujah.